Grand evening. Hi, my name is Leonard Munson, the nomadic astrologer. My website is readings by leonardtmunson.net. Pluto retrograde exposed hidden power struggles, and 4 zodiac signs are feeling the pressure. A collective awakening is intensifying, and Pluto retrograde is challenging us to evolve beyond what we thought we could be. Beginning on Wednesday, May the 6th, and lasting until October the 15th, 2026, the most intense and psychological change planet in astrology was stationed retrograde at 5 degrees in Aquarius, eventually moving back to 3 degrees of this rebellious air sign. Keep in mind that Pluto retrograde happens every year for approximately half the year, but this particular cycle will be especially raw and intense, both at a personal and global level. Aquarius rules technology, media, social systems, innovation, the ways we connect with one another, and Pluto retrograde is here to shed light on how profoundly these areas of life are evolving. We are watching old systems crumble in real time while spontaneously trying to figure out what comes next. In astrology, Pluto is easily compared to the boogeyman of the zodiac. It's intimidating because it governs power, control, obsession, destruction, transformation, and everything hidden beneath the surface. But Pluto's purpose is not punishment. It is about our soul evolution. Pluto retrograde, however, fuels the intensity inward facing us, forcing us to confront what is no longer sustainable within ourselves and the society we live in. Masks are slipping and illusions are fading. Still, this retrograde is doing more than exposing shadows, as it is awakening something deeper within us all. What is your sign? Subscribe to our free newscast. If anything, Pluto retrograde in Aquarius is pushing us to reconsider the future we thought we were supposed to want versus the one our soul is actually calling us towards. For instance, if there are areas of life that suddenly feel wildly unfamiliar or a desire pulling you towards something destructive and entirely new, that is Pluto. The transit is asking us to evolve beyond old identities in order to become more authentic, empowered, and radically self-aware. There is no deeper knowing surfacing now. You are likely realizing that your presence, your voice, and your purpose carry more power than your thought. All the same time, Pluto will be forming a 10th square to Chiron, soon entering Taurus, while opposing Jupiter in Leo, which could result in global power struggles, ego clashes, and visible battles surrounding influence, leadership, wealth, and control. Jupiter in Leo kicking off this summer will amplify spectacular performance, making these tensions impossible to look away from, while Chiron in Taurus expose collective wounds around survival, security, and self-worth. As a result, this retrograde could bring revelations that are just as destabilizing as they can liberate. Humanity is being pushed towards a higher level of consciousness, and Pluto retrograde is making sure we can no longer avoid the transformation required to get there. In the meantime, read on for what Pluto retrograde in Aquarius means for your zodiac sign. Aries, stop compromising yourself to fit inside spaces you have already outgrown. Aries, your social circle's long-term goals and sense of belonging are transforming in ways you cannot deny. You could suddenly realize you have been pouring energy into friendships, communities, or collaboration that no longer reflects who you are becoming. A group chat could go unexpectedly quiet, or maybe a professional alliance reveals its true colors. You are craving depth, purpose, and authenticity over surface level validation. Taurus, power moves are happening behind the scenes and you can sense it, Taurus. Your career, reputation, and public persona are entering a major era of reinvention. You could become increasingly aware of workplace politics, shifting leadership dynamics, or the pressure to evolve professionally in ways you did not anticipate. Maybe you are questioning the path you have spent years building. At the same time, this transit is quietly preparing you for something bigger. Gemini, your perspective is changing and you don't see the world the same way, Gemini. Everything you thought you believed is being challenged right now. Conversations, media, travel experience, or even a random piece of information could completely alter the direction of your life. You could feel pulled towards learning something unconventional or coming to terms with the fact that the life you imagined for yourself no longer fits. Some Geminis may feel called to relocate, teach, publish, or pursue something that expands their world in unexpected ways. Cancer, not everything hidden is meant to stay buried forever, Cancer. This retrograde is exposing emotional, financial, and psychological dynamics that run for deeper than surface appearance. Shared money, debts, trust, issue, or power imbalance within a close relationship may suddenly demand your attention. Maybe you are realizing how much emotional weight you have been carrying for others. There's also intense inner transformation happening beneath the surface, one that is pushing you to reclaim your emotional power instead of constantly protecting everyone else. Leo, a Pacific relationship could completely change the way you see yourself. Leo, your closest relationships are entering a revealing and transformative chapter. Whether romantic, professional, or personal, dynamics around commitment, trust, and control are being highlighted. Some Leos may outgrow connections they once believed will last forever, while others experience relationships becoming deeper, more consuming, and undeniable, life-changing. Put it this way, the people who remain in your life after this chapter will know the real you, not just the version you have been showing the world. Virgo, your daily life is asking for a complete overhaul, but you knew that already, Virgo. The routines, the habits, responsibilities shaping your everyday world are transforming from the inside out. Burnout becomes harder to overlook too. Work environments could shift dramatically, or you could suddenly realize your current schedule is draining more life out of you than it's giving back. Some Virgos could become hyper-aware of their physical and mental well-being during this cycle, especially if they have been operating in survival mode for too long. The real question is whether your daily life actually supports the future version of yourself you're trying to become. Libra, despite how a funny way of exposing the truth, Libra, your creativity, guiding life, and relationship with pressure are evolving in ways that are equally flirting and uncomfortable. Someone enter your life and completely disrupt your usual patterns, or you could suddenly lose interest in situations that once felt exciting. This retrograde is asking you to stop performing romance, creativity, or happiness for other people and reconnect with what genuinely lights you up. There's also something deeply transformative happening around your self-expression. Okay? So, when you have a retrograde represents reviewing. The key